Erin is not here today, so I'm just gonna help facilitate the conversation. Hopefully that's okay. I think we'll wait a couple minutes to see who else pops on. Also, it's interesting. I feel like a lot of people are on vacation right now. Summer, it's been really slow. Like our meeting was really slow this morning, and open house this weekend was really slow. So
Oh,
you feel like that, Carrie?
no. I,
No? Okay.
we had 3 open houses on one property, and I think we had over 30 groups through, like at
Oh,
least like
wow.
10 on each or more.
Oh, wow.
So that was
Huh.
great. No offers,
Yeah, that is great.
but
Huh. Yeah. Because it was weird. We had an open house this weekend and it was first weekend, which, normally first weekend is like the best, right? And there were four groups in each day, which is not normal for like that listing and that location. And yeah. So
sure. Yeah, we had a rainy Saturday here, and now today the weather is perfect. Um, but a rainy Saturday, and at a different listing, it was the first weekend we only did one open house, and I think there was like 6 groups through, so
mm,
not too bad.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of our kids got out of school. So summer like literally just started. So I think everyone just like exodus. So
Yeah. Well, I was like coming on this call hoping to just sit and listen. So, oh, Damon, this is the operations mastermind. Welcome.
yes, sorry, should have said that.
He's gonna be like, no, I wanted the generals or whatever. What is the other one? The opposite one?
It's
Generals?
generals, yeah. Damon, were you thinking this is the generals one?
Probably.
Yes, I was. I was told the wrong week. So,
Yep.
um,
It'll be next week.
Yeah,
if
it
that's okay with
alternates.
you, I'll bow
Yeah.
out and let you guys.
Oh, please.
Where is
We're
your
not
mark? Where
offended.
are your markets that you're think it's slowed down a little bit?
So we're in Manhattan Beach, Los Angeles.
And I'm
It's
just
just this
There's
outside of the
past
Twin
week.
Cities
Yeah.
in Minneapolis.
yeah. Ryan and I are outside of DC in Northern Virginia. We'll yeah, it's pretty pretty straightforward here. It's almost like clockwork. It slows down a little bit now as for vacations and actually 2 weeks out of the last month, it's crippling as all the graduations happen, college and
Right.
high school.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well,
Well,
please
yeah.
forgive me, and hope to see you all again soon. But I'm in the wrong
Yeah.
place.
Take
Right time,
care.
wrong
No
place. So
worries.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I wonder if it's just gonna be me and you, Siri.
Well, and I
And
know,
this will
and I,
be
yeah,
this will be
I
short
don't
then.
have anything to report. I was really hoping to just listen today. My
Yeah.
boss and I have a big project to work on, so I'm sure if it's kind of cut short, I'll be okay to. I have plenty of other
Yeah.
stuff to do.
Same. I'm actually at an inspection right now, so I'm like hiding in one of the rooms.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So it would be good to get back out there. That's the point. Hmm.
I can give it a few minutes. What else? What could I bring up here?
Yeah.
Oh, Farrah's coming.
Mhm. Hi, Farah.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Aaron's on vacation. He's looking at colleges with his kids, so vacation kind of.
Uh,
But he's not here, so I'm
Oh,
his
fun.
proxy. So I was gonna just facilitate some conversation amongst us, but you know,
Okay. Yeah, no, I was clicking
yeah.
on the link in the calendar invite and it wouldn't work. And I did it like 3 times. So I finally went to the fast forward
Oh,
button and clicked on that one and that one worked.
I
oh,
put that fast
interesting.
forward link just in my bookmarks, and that's the only one I ever use. And I just
Oh,
peek at the
wow.
password on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I always just click from the calendar link, but it sure didn't work today. So I'm like, well, let me see if
Did
this
they move the, 'cause I don't even see the password on Facebook anymore. Is it somewhere else now?
only emailing it out now for security purposes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I only get it on the email now. So
Yeah.
so I
Yep.
figured.
And I guess they just changed the time back, I guess, starting next Monday.
Where they
So
flip the
What
mastermind
time?
and the, yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I still see the password on Facebook on June
oh.
21st. It was,
okay.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't know why I was like scrolling and I couldn't find it, so I had to go to the email.
I always go to featured. People, like everyone always asks, what's the password this week? And I'm like, it's in the same spot every time.
Oh,
It's so easy. They pin it to the top. Ella like pins it to the top with the topics, and I find it no problem whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, like mine's not, unless I'm not, oh, featured. Let me look. Yeah, see, my featured is not, I don't know. Anyways, we don't have to spend a long time on this.
so
Yay, well, we have a small group. Just updating everyone else who just joined. Aaron's actually not on today. He's out with his family for the week, so I'm just kind of stepping in to just facilitate. So this is kind of open forum, you know, it's gonna be obviously a little more casual. So if there's anything that anybody wants to throw out to the group, and then we can all kind of try to help problem solve for you. Yeah,
Jackie, it's not in my
that would be
featured
fun.
on Fast Forward Movement on Facebook either. The last thing I see on featured is an announcement on April 24th from Kyle.
Yeah, see, the first thing I see on featured is a post from January 2021.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, about like group rules and stuff. So
Yeah, that's
I
strange.
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone have anything that you guys want to talk through?
Well, I'll ask just because our team lead got married June 8th and he's been gone up until he just actually returned today. And he was a little shocked to see that the listing market had shifted and we still had listings sitting, you know. And I said, well, we actually talked about that and the fast forward movement on Monday. And we're already doing everything, you know, video, Twilight, reels. I mean, you know, floor plan, 3D floor plans. Is there anything else anybody is doing that is helping them move listings other than maybe what we talked about on Monday? Or are you all seeing that same shift of listings sitting and not as many buyers, you know, making appointments because they're priced right, you know, and we've even done price reductions to kind of bump them back up to the top. And we have 14 active listings right now and our team's not very big. Sitting. And I would have thought half of them would have been gone within the first week.
Yeah, I'm fine. I guess I was seeing a lot of traffic, open house traffic, but not, yeah, that like our two active listings are, same thing. We did a price reduction on one already, and that did spark a couple showings. But the way we gave our clients a like an analytic recap, like, you know, we're seeing on the back end that it's favorited a bunch, but people aren't booking the showing. So we reduced the price and that did show a little uptick in the showings.
Okay.
So, hey, say hi, this is my team lead, Beth. We share an office. But so I do have two more open houses scheduled for one of our listings today. So keeping those active. Do you normally do just an open house on the first live weekend or you keep
We
them?
try to write, we have so many now that every other weekend listing is getting an open house. But it's, I mean, it's crazy. Like we
Yeah.
put 5 on the market between like June 8th and June 12th. And
Still not.
moved.
She was expecting them to move and they're still active.
Yeah.
Oh, just got another
Our
showing
team
request.
is kind of experiencing a little mix of both. Like there's definitely some that move literally like we just right after the open house weekend it gets taken, and then some it just sits for months. A lot of our new developments have been sitting a long time for some reason, like that specific because Aaron works with a lot of developers, so we get a lot of like new builds. Those ones have definitely sat longer, like way longer than any of the other, you know, lived in houses.
Hmm.
And I don't really know the reason why. But yeah, for us it's kind of hit or miss. Like some go really fast and some have been sitting.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
we
we
do
have,
open houses every single weekend, so
yeah, we have four. We listed 4 new construction houses that are completely finished. And then the rest are resale. And I'm talking like, I mean, yes, we've gotten showing requests, but nothing like in the past. Like I'm talking 4, 5, 6 showings total in the past 3 weeks on each listing. So not, I mean, nothing like what we're used to seeing in the Charlotte market.
Hey, Farah.
Uh-huh.
Farah, right? Is that your name, right? Did I say that?
Yep.
Which state are you in?
We're in Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to connect the puzzles. So we're in California. I'm in California, and
Okay.
the market is really, really quick. Like we had an open house a couple of weeks ago, and the house was really bad condition, and it got sold in the same week. I was like, what? Is this house gonna sell for that much?
Oh yeah, that's where we were. We were things selling quickly, way above ask price, buyers fighting, and now listings are sitting and the buyers are being more picky and your feedback, whereas that maybe the driveway being a little steep didn't affect them or the exterior needing some, paint or something. I mean, it has completely shifted just in the past 2 weeks.
Do you guys have more inventory, starting to get more inventory? Is that what's happening?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have enough inventory in
Yep.
California.
But
Yeah,
we
we don't
did
have enough houses.
now with them sitting. I mean, it's
Hmm,
tough. So you've got
interesting.
a lot of sellers panicking because that's what I was explaining to our team lead who returned this morning. We had 3 particular sellers that bought and they were like, oh, well, we don't need to sell to buy. We're good. And now that it's not selling, they're starting to panic. And I'm like, well, you told us you didn't need to sell to buy, which they don't need to, but I know that's not what they want. So they expected it to sell and it's just creating a little bit of a panic.
Okay. Can I ask you a question about the as far as investment properties? Because I know clients looking for investment, and it doesn't make sense in California with the interest rate right now. If you were to buy a property, you won't get your money back in rent,
Mhm.
right? So all the sales that we're having are basically people needed to purchase a house,
Mhm.
separations, death, whatever it is, marriage, but none of the people are buying to invest here in California. So that opens a door for investments, and I'm trying to promote business to invest out of state, like Texas or Florida are the 2 hot states for us here in California. We keep talking about Texas and Florida,
Mhm.
but for you in North Carolina, if we're to find a property and try to advertise it to people that I know, um, would they make their money in if they were to rent it?
Oh, yes. If you're in the right market, we have actually, I mean, half of our listings right now are from investors. So
Okay.
yes, I mean, they rent, a lot of times the rent here is higher than what the mortgage payment would be, a lot higher.
A lot higher.
Yeah, a lot higher, depending on which area of Charlotte you're in, but yes. We also
Okay.
have a lot of investors do Airbnbs. There's a lot of money to be made in Charlotte with Airbnbs as well.
Oh, really? Okay. I think most people that I talk to, they're looking for long term, because Airbnb, you need someone available right there, or a management company. But for long term rent, you buy it, you leave it there, you rent it out, it makes you some money, and that's basically it.
Yep.
I'm a CPA, so I have few clients where they do that rental properties all the time. And I have one client that invested in Kansas. But when I looked at the return, the turnover, he makes like $300 a month. I don't think it's worth the advice to invest over there.
in that particular scenario. But maybe we'll check. Maybe we can chat, and we'll connect and check a couple of the opportunities that you have. I'll try
The
to
Charlotte
promote
market's
them.
hot, really hot
Right.
for rent. Mhm.
And what's the average market price, home price?
The average home price is around 450 to 500
Okay.
is the average price. But like, I'll give you an example. I had an investor reach out to me last week. He has a portfolio of 31, and I guess he's looking to retire. And I went back and looked. He's on the property since 2011, and he paid average for each property he paid for was between $25,000 and $35,000 with a house on the property.
Oh God.
And now they're worth anywhere between 155 and 185. And but he's had, like he said, some of the properties he's had tenants in there for 10 plus years.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Nice.
he's looking to retire, and so he's like, I want to get rid of my portfolio.
Right. Okay. So does he have any of the houses in the market for sale?
Hasn't put any of them on the market yet. No.
Okay. Okay. Because even at 150, probably the rent will cover 100% will cover that
It
value.
does. It would.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay, let's connect. Let me see some of your listings, and I'll share it with my clients.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Anything else anyone wants to
I was
bring
gonna
up?
ask about
The group and
the
problem
cold
solve.
calls. We have some very few cancellation and expired listing, very few, but I'm trying to target those ones. What's the best? I'm trying to figure like a language. I haven't done any cold calls before, so what is the best language to use out there that I can, try to target those cold calls?
I don't like cold calling, but I have done it before. So what I tell our agents, if I'm training them to cold call, we actually have one that targets expired and withdraws. And he pretty much just reaches out and lets them know, hey, are you aware of how much equity you have in your property? And I see that if it expired or withdrawn, he's like, from looking at the expired or withdrawn listing, this is what I see could have been done differently to get your home sold. A lot of times it has to do with the marketing, which like photography, video,
Mm-hmm.
And that's the two biggest one. I mean, you'd be surprised in our market how many people or agents will go out with a cell phone and take pictures. And I was like, oh my God, that's the first, that's the first, point of contact that a potential buyer sees to determine whether they're going to come and, view the property. So, he just starts off with just a real honest conversation with, hey, after reviewing your listing, it should have sold, but here's the reason why I think it didn't. And he has done pretty well with that.
Okay.
You'll get hung up on and you might get cussed at some.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
try to pick
people that interact.
I try to pick the ones that make sense to me. As you said, like, why this is a beautiful home. The price is right. It's like, why didn't sell? I'm just trying to find. I know they get a lot of calls. I just want to stand out. Like, you know what? Let me see if I can help you out there. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. I understand. But if you want to give me a shot, let me take a look at it. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have enough inventory. Inventory is really,
John,
really
Tina called.
rare here.
Do you know Tina Call?
No.
John?
No.
She's one of the generals. She, I think, built her career, if I'm not mistaken, on expireds, or like for sale by owners or both. I can't remember. So
Okay.
if you look her up on YouTube, I'm trying to send you the link right now, but
Okay.
I'm at a inspection at a house, and my wife is my links aren't all working, but Tina, Tina, and then her last name is Caul. And if you look her up on YouTube, she does a lot of scripts. And she's Mike Ferry trained agent. So a lot of her scripts are kind of built off of Mike Ferry, but she's a huge team in the script with your scripts.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if
Hopefully
you were
internet
asking
comes
AJ
through.
Mida,
I
who
don't know if you
is,
guys
he's
can
with
hear me.
EXP too, but he's in a different upline, but he also built his entire business off of cold calling. And he has a
Mhm.
lot of YouTube videos as well. He actually used to live in Charlotte. Now he and his wife live in Costa Rica, and he's not, I mean, he just has so many people in his downline. He doesn't even actively sell anymore.
Miss Jackie, real quick, what's the lady's last name again? Tina, what was her last name?
CAUL call. CAUL.
Caul. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else have anything that you guys want to troubleshoot with the group? I have something actually for our team lead out of town. And Aaron's currently out of town meeting. And did your team lead unplug completely?
I'm having a hard
Like
time
it kind of
hearing you.
sounded like, oh, sorry, I think my internet is not great. Can you hear me?
I can right this second.
Is it better? You can?
Yes.
I was wondering with your team lead being out of town, how did you guys like handle that? Because it also kind of seemed like he was surprised when he came back, so he didn't really know, right? So did he completely unplugged because Aaron hasn't unplugged, right? And I feel kind of bad that he can't, but I'm like, I don't know what the expectation is, right? Like,
So this is the first time he completely unplugged. His phone was forwarded to me. I monitored Ring Central, which is like anytime we have a listing, like get an appointment, we automatically send a text through that. So I always answer his emails. So I've always monitored his emails. So what I did for the pretty much the month of June that he was gone is I did all of the phone calls, all of the emails. I answered as if I was Andy, unless it was something that I wasn't 100% sure about. And in that case, I answered the email and then I answered with my name on behalf of Andy G. And then luckily I didn't have any problems come up where I didn't know the answer to the question because I've been monitoring his email for over a year now. But it was the first time that he completely 100% unplugged. He said he saw a little bit on social media when we would make posts and all, but for the most part, he said, I mean, but now I had to monitor emails. Like the last time I looked at emails was at 11 o'clock every night. And then of course I had to monitor on the weekend as well. So I made sure I at least checked emails 3 times a day on Saturdays and Sundays. Because this was, I mean, this was his wedding and his honeymoon. So I completely wanted him to be able to unplug. But I will say this. I had so many people call me asking me, you know, oh my God, are you making it? Are you doing okay? While it was a lot more work, it was a lot easier because I knew I just needed to do it. So I didn't have to think twice, like, has Andy done this? Has he talked to this person already? You know, what has happened? And then like a couple of times where it appeared that the email, it sounded like they had already talked to Andy. That was the time that I responded, you know, on behalf of him. And I just said, but hey, looking back at our CRM, it looks like here's the notes that I see. What can I help you with? So it worked. I mean, it went, I mean, we had 0 hiccups. It went extremely well. But now we
and
prep for this for
you,
months in advance.
got it, got it. Yeah, because I think it's like there's certain conversations that I feel like Aaron has to have, right? Like some of the like offer negotiation calls and stuff like that, because that's like what we're dealing with right now with one of our listings. So it's like I don't know how to get around that, you know? Like I don't
Yeah, I
know if
did all of
like
that too.
our
But
client would
now
feel
I've been in
comfortable.
real estate for
Yeah.
a long time. I've been in real estate since 1997. So I was able to
Right.
negotiate. I
Yeah.
was able to do the repair requests. I mean, I was able to do it all.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
But you can learn. You can work your way up
Makes
to that.
sense. Yeah. 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 And I've only been doing it for a year and a half, so I know it's gonna take time. He made
Yes.
this comment like like one day I'll be able to unplug, you know, or something like that. And I was like,
Start little, like the first time. So I started with Andy on a Monday, and that Friday after I started, he went on a bachelor party for a friend that was getting married. And I didn't know left from right. I didn't know his systems well, and I winged it, but it worked. You know, I mean, I knew enough about real estate that I could answer the questions, answer the phone calls, you know, write what I needed to, do what I needed to. So it has
Right.
evolved over the last few years. I actually told him when we had our we called it a debriefing today. I was like, actually, if you're going to step away at any time, you should do it now, because we've already just set that expectation for a month that they're talking to me, I'm dealing with it, and nobody has had a problem. Because he's always been worried that, you know, if it's their business, their face, their name, you know, that the person wants them. But I'm
Right.
here to tell you, if you're giving them the level of service that Aaron does, or that Andy does, or, you know, whoever else it is, they don't, I mean, they really don't care.
right, right. One day.
You'll get
I'll
there.
do it.
I had one of our investor clients actually picked, and they said, I'm going to send Andy this really funny new logo where the team has unanimously voted to take him out and put you in. I was like, oh my gosh, don't do that. I mean, he was 100% kidding, but I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to bust his chops.
I mean, that just means you did great.
We did. We all did very good. We made it happen.
It's amazing. All right. Anybody else have anything?
You. Our team, we're in Florida. Our team is having a really hard time having like a bench of agents to host our open houses. Our team we had like 10 agents at one point at the beginning of the year, and with turnover and just decisions and all of that, we're back to just the team leader, one agent, and then two admin. So we have like 7 listings sitting right now, and it's been a stressful like couple of months just trying to always have an open house. And while I've like reached out to agents, to new ones, to ones already in production, they just say no. So which I find super weird. I've only actually I remember I sent like 15 emails, and then only one person responded, and it wasn't even from that email. She saw a post somewhere else. But yeah, I don't know if you guys are having the same issues. How do you guys go about like having your open houses staffed or having backups just in case something happens?
We have a struggle
Yeah,
with
so oh
Dang
dear.
it, I keep asking people and everyone says the same thing.
We
I
do,
thought
but
it
No,
was
so
us.
the most success I've gotten is posting it on Workplace or through
Okay.
Workplace in our area. Now, granted, the first thing an agent will say is, what's the address? If it's not an address of a house that they like, they just quit responding. So we have now, I have created from people that have hosted open houses for us in the past. I call it an open house. Like I have a group thread, and I just send it out to see if anybody wants to host an open house. Most people do not. It is very sad, because I've told so many people, like my first year in real estate in 1997, half of my business came from hosting open houses and working for a rental company. I showed rental leads and got $2 million buyers from high-end rentals. So like, I just feel like people don't want to put in the work.
I don't know how to like, I mean, this is gonna sound horrible, but like, I'm not in the business of like essentially explaining it to you, like, or even though our team leader does and all of that, but I'm talking about like even outside of our team, outside of our mentorship group, outside, like just even other brokerages, we're like, screw it, just anyone. And still,
You can't add
and
it
I
to your
still,
team expectations. Like we added it to our team expectations document that agents have to host so many open houses a month. That has helped a little bit, but even the agents on our team will look at the address and the price point and the area and, oh, well, I'll do this one, and they're fighting to do the one that, is the best one, so to speak. But the open house is a struggle. That was one of actually our conversations this morning when he returned. He's like, well, I see the open house spreadsheet. You had a tough time getting people to fill. I'm like, oh gosh, it was like pulling teeth.
Completely different here again in California.
Crystal,
I call people in workspace. I'm like a third and fourth in line. I had to convince the agent seller that I'm the best fit to do the open house. I had to do that extra step, like why I'm the best fit for the open house. It's very, very different. Depends on the state.
Right.
Dang. Okay.
I'm like, I call them, and like, the minute they
Crystal,
post something on workspace, I call in. I was like, oh, I have 3 people already. I was like,
Crystal, I would recommend, so what works for us, because we're in LA and Aaron Clapper is partners with Ed Kaminsky and Dave Caskey, so both EXP teams within like the fast forward downline, and so whenever I can't do it, I just send it out to our whole, like, basically the 3 of their downlines, like we have this whole group. So I would find like partner teams within our like EXP, like family, and I would just start pumping it to them, like whoever their ops person is. Like I've done what you've done where I've reached out to like 15 individual people and then like they all say no, over a course of like an hour or whatever. And that's like so annoying. So I just kind of what Farrah has, like I just do like a whole separate list, or I'll reach out to like the team lead or the team ops person, like whoever is in charge of scheduling their open houses, and I just put it on them. I'm like, hey, we have these open houses. Like, does anyone from your team want to do it? And then I just let them kind of figure it out, and then they'll just send me people like this agent will do your, this property, this agent will do your that property kind of thing. So I would find partner teams basically like that are within fast forward, right? Because like all of us want to help each other, right? And so I don't know what market you're in, but I'm sure we can find somebody.
Even though we're in Central Florida, we're not like we're right in the middle of Orlando and Tampa. We're in Lakeland. So we have we before I had the partner teams when we were in KW, I had that. And the thing is, those agents now have like been promoted and are doing their own listings. So they're doing those open houses. So like slowly but surely, my long list of like people have just either graduated or left the business. So I was updating it ever since we moved to EXP, and it's just been the tiny teams that are like in our area, even if they're not with EXP at all. The issue is precisely that team already has a couple of listings and they're filled up.
I'll tell you what.
I have one that's really good. Any agent that is really good right now that I would want to do our open houses, I have to do it a month in advance.
So what
that
you can
they're
do, go in your local MLS system, and go to your office and send one out to the office, the broker in charge of the office, and ask them to like spread that amongst the office. We've done that before too, because there are new agents within the office you may not know about that would do it. So I would try that. That's how we teach. So like our agents that have their own listings, that's how we teach them to look for people to help them host their open houses.
Okay. I like that idea. I've been going through like the EXP, like where the agent roster thing and like just trying to narrow it down by our areas. And those are the people like I've been emailing and then I got nothing.
EXP, just look at all the EXP offices close to you and just shoot it out there.
Okay. I'll try that. Thank you.
Also maybe post on social media. You never know, what agents will see it.
Yeah, I've tried Workplace. I've tried in some groups, real estate groups on Facebook. And the thing is, even I either don't have anybody, or if I have someone and I email them or they email me, like they just stop responding. Even before sending the address, just like basic starting conversation type of stuff. It's really weird. I don't know what's happening. I thought I was going crazy. I'm just happy I'm not alone.
You're definitely not alone. We've all had this logistical nightmare of an issue. Anyone else have anything that they want to talk through? All right, if no one has anything, we're gonna end the call at 12:36.
Thank you for stepping up, Jackie. This was good. Good to see everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm at an inspection, so my internet is not the best. But we made it.
Dedication.
Mhm. I love it. I'm gonna pop off. I do have other
Thank you.
stuff.
See
So
you guys
thank
in
you so
2
much.
weeks.
All right. Bye, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
see
you.
you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.